Intelligent design. There are two ways we can understand this: as a concept or as the intelligent design theory, which is often referred to as ID theory. My position during this video is that the concept, yes, we need it. The ID theory, we don't need it. The question is, what makes this a biological design? Most people would say it's natural selection, but natural selection promoted it maybe, but it does not explain why this is a successful design. It must assume that some designs are successful and others are not. Their success or lack thereof is determined by the cosmic design. The cosmic design determines which biological designs are successful, as much as it regulates which bridges are successful designs. So what explains this? The laws of nature explain this. And what explains the laws of nature? That things are according to specific laws. That is explained by the cosmic design. Science can explain everything without God. It just has to explain things by using laws of nature. But the cosmic design is outside its framework. We have reached the boundaries of science here. So if you ask me what explains the cosmic design, I have only one answer, not from science, but from religion: a creator. And please don't ask what explains the creator, for the creator is a primary cause, uncaused, not self-caused, not a super being among other beings. It is not prior to or larger than any other causes. So our universe is what they call contingent. It could not have been, it could have been differently. They all depend, the causes inside the universe, on a transcending ground or first cause or primary cause, whatever you want to call it. Without that first cause there would not be a universe. The first cause is behind all other secondary causes. So it regulates what happens in our universe. Without the first cause there would not be a universe. God is the primary cause. He is transcendent to all secondary causes. So God as the primary cause lets all secondary causes do their work. Evolution offers us a scientific account of how one thing developed into another thing. Creation, however, is a different story. It offers us a metaphysical account of where the material world itself ultimately comes from. The Creator is not just someone who did something in the past, but he keeps the world in existence. So when we think about it, evolution could very well be an intelligent project, an intelligent design. The stream of evolution runs through the bed of the cosmic design and follows a path of the least resistance. It is within this bed of the cosmic design that evolution meanders. So, is there intelligent design? If we take it as a concept, a metaphysical concept, my answer is definitely yes. But if you take it as an intelligent design theory, my answer is no. Let me explain why. Intelligent design proponents often use the bacterial flagellum as an important case for their argument. It has a beautiful design. They accept that natural selection can explain simple designs, but when it comes to complex designs like this one, they say we need more than natural selection. We need an intelligent design step. They call this an irreducible complexity. It cannot be reduced to natural selection. But I always wonder, how complex is complex? Passive camouflage to the left is definitely a case of natural selection. Most people will agree on that. Active camouflage, would we really need a supernatural action because it is so complex? I doubt. How complex does it have to be? If you can lose functionality like penguins did for their wings, why can't you develop it by natural selection? So in other words, there is a confusion here. Evolutionary theory works with biological designs within the context of an intelligent cosmic design. But the intelligent design theory makes every individual biological design intelligent, and I don't think that is warranted. I would put intelligent design in the realm of creation, but ID fans put it as an operational factor inside the process of evolution. But it's not a physical, it's a metaphysical concept. It's not a scientific, but a proto-scientific concept. Science cannot start without the idea of design. Let's take a simple case that is very often used by foes of the intelligent design theory. The panda has 5 fingers, but later on it developed a 6th finger, a thumb. It looks like a very clumsy design, but somehow their 5 fingers had already been used for different purposes, so the 6th finger had to be a new bone, not a new bone, but a bone inside their paw that was developed into a thumb. Is that intelligent design? I wonder. Or take the pathway to produce vitamin C. Way in the lower corner you will see that last gene that regulates the metabolism into vitamin C or ascorbic acid has been dysfunctional for many primates, including us. So I wonder, why was the pathway established first and then abandoned? That doesn't look like intelligent design in the details. So if we have any questions in science, should we put God in there? I consider that a God of the gaps. When science makes progress, God will be pushed back, because we made him a secondary cause. He's not a secondary cause, he's a primary cause. Even Isaac Newton at one time put God back into science by making sure that he would every once in a while reform the solar system. Nowadays we know we don't need God to do that, because his secondary causes take care of that. His laws, the laws of the natural order, take care of it. So how could new things develop then? It is a very common concept nowadays that genes can duplicate. So when there is a second copy of a gene, the second copy can develop new mutations and can be tested during evolution. Let's illustrate that with a very famous case of blood clotting. Blood clotting uses a lot of proteins or blood clotting factors, and they are highly complex. Is this a complexity where we need the intervention of a supernatural step? I don't think so, because there are a lot of gene duplications involved. Most of these amino acids of all these different proteins have a similar sequence. And when we compare them with animals that have a much longer history, we find some of them already there and others were developed later on from gene duplications. The ID proponents would say, yeah, but when you have a very complex system and you take one thing out, the whole thing collapses. Yes, of course. When you put the last keystone in an arched stone structure, you have done it all step by step, but if you later on remove the keystone or any other stone, the whole thing will collapse. So a delicate end result can always still be a the result of a gradual process. It's science's task and obligation to find the laws, which are God's laws, that regulate the processes taking place in our universe. If there is any question left, please do not come up with unnatural, supernatural, unscientific in-between steps. If science oversteps its limits, I call it arrogant. But if it does not go to its limits, it's a failure. Science cannot invoke supernatural causes, as long as it realizes that it works still within the concept of an intelligent design. The cosmic design is the intelligent part. But are there intelligent biological designs? Not necessarily so. We do not need the intelligent design theory to explain new steps in evolution. If you want to know more about this discussion and hear more arguments for it and against it, I would recommend one of these two books. The left one was published by Lexington Books, the right one was published by Clotting Books. And you can find more information about these books on the website genesispc.com/links.htm.